Uh, hmm. hmm. Well, I feel awkward. Okay, let's try to be serious about this. Interstellar is. I'm honestly, I don't know where to begin, really. Interpret this as you will, but it's hard to talk about this film, I must say. I've never been kind of gobsmacked, really, about a film before. Well, some have. Well, some films I've been gobsmacked about, but some of them ended up being my favorite films. Some of them ended up being some of my most, like, the films I hate the most. But, alright, let's just get into it. Yes, I liked Interstellar, but I don't think it's great. I think Jeremy Jahns basically summed up the film in a nutshell, really. I'm just going to try to be brief as possible. So Interstellar tells of a sort of dystopian-esque future, really. Not so dystopian, like, New Society and all, but granted, half the stuff you hear in the film, I'm thinking, like, where the hell has the government gone? The world is a pretty shitty place to live. Earth is a pretty shitty place to live. The atmosphere is becoming more nitrogen-based, and crops are dying out. The only thing left is corn, and huge dust storms are kind of ravaging the world. And history has kind of been rewritten. The moon landing has been rewritten to have been faked and have been propaganda and written so because it was to bankrupt the Soviets. Which, not a bad theory, and not a bad theory when you think about it, but I love just when McConaughey is just like, he learns that. He's just like, useless machines. Yeah, McConaughey is just fantastic, really, and I don't know. It doesn't, anyone who's watched his recent stuff and anyone who's seen True Detective, like, it doesn't. I know it doesn't seem like the type of film he'd do, but damn, he's great in this. As is a lot of the actors. Michael Caine, because he's in every Nolan film, he's good. Though I have one major gripe, and I might get to that a bit later. Anne Hathaway is good, though I think she's a little bit underutilized at times. But, yeah, whatever. A lot of the other actors are good. Matt Damon, who also has a small role, he's also good. And these talking, sarcastic, giant robot-y things. They look like something out of Minecraft or something. I don't know, they're kind of weird, and, yeah. When one's interrogating Matthew McConaughey, I just could not help but laugh my head off. A little more humorous than the average Nolan film, I must say, so, yeah. Um, but the story itself, so yeah, Earth is a pretty shitty place. Anyways, Murphy, his McConaughey's daughter, and McConaughey, Cooper, they sort of discover this weird facility where they get caught, and they learn that NASA is planning to go through a wormhole that appeared around where Saturn is. Okay, interesting. And they want McConaughey to lead the mission. They've also told him that multiple missions have gone through this wormhole in the past, but not all have turned out as well as they wanted it to. Anyways, after a bittersweet farewell to both his daughter and son, who this guy gets no love. I know in the film, criticism number one: McConaughey's son is he's underwritten, underdeveloped, and is just a dick. Like, both as like a 15-year-old and when you see him when he's like 40. Whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, they get to this wormhole, and that is just an incredible scene. Going through this wormhole, really. It's just an incredible scene. And when they see it for the first time, just seeing their reactions to it, that's fantastic. They go through this thing, and it's like time and space itself is just being distorted around them. Then they get into the new galaxy, and it's... man, it's pretty incredible. And they kind of just go, then anyways, the sort of purpose of this mission is that, we have this thing of embryos, and we're just going to find a habitable planet and basically just reboot evolution, the human race on this, somehow, on one of these potentially uninhabitable planets. On one of these potentially habitable planets. Well, search for the ghost cruise or whatever. See what data they find. I'm just gonna stop right there because that's about the first hour of the film or so. The film is 3 hours long. Some are saying that's not justifiable. I think it is to an extent. Some scenes I'm like, okay, that could have gone a bit quicker. Some scenes I'm like, well, that could have gone on a bit longer, maybe. But I can't think of anything major I'd cut out. There's a few scenes I might shorten, but even then, that would make the film like 2 hours 40 minutes. But whatever. So I'm going to stop right there. Let's talk about what the film does good. It's ambitious. This is ambition, the movie. And it is by far Nolan's, his biggest film ever, in just the scale and the scope of what he's trying to do and the ideas he's trying to say. Now, that's also a bit of a criticism as well, in that he bites more than he can chews. He brings up all these fascinating ideas and theories and whatnot, but not all of it gets through very well. Some of it comes across as just mumbo jumbo and just pointless bickering and philosophy and whatnot. Some of the characters aren't that good either. There's 4 people on this spaceship of them and 2 robots. The 2 robots have more personality than the other 2 human characters. One's a token black guy, and one's Wes Bentley, I think, or Casey Affleck. I really don't know. But yeah, well, the black guy, I don't even remember his name. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to get looked at funny for calling him the black guy, but really, he's the only black guy in the movie. He does have some good bits, though, but he's just kind of forgettable. McConaughey really does steal the show. Hathaway, I think, is a bit underused sometimes, and I think just a bit too bitchy. I don't know, maybe it's just me. The robots are great. They have their own, what's your honesty setting? 90%. Well, okay. Other things the film does well, the music's great, and I saw this in IMAX, 70mm film IMAX. This film is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous to look at. The special effects, just cinematography. I think Nolan got a new cinematographer for this film, and because Wally Pfister was off doing Transcendence or whatever. Let's see, I gotta figure that out. Who's his new cinematographer? Interstellar. Oops, I spelled it wrong. 6 different ways you can see Interstellar. Let's see here. Cinematographer, Hoyt van Hoytema. I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But he's his new cinematographer, and was also the cinematographer on Her. And I liked Her a lot. But, yeah, okay. So, ambition, it looks great. Some characters are great. Performances are good. And just seeing the various worlds they go to. And and the fact that it's original science fiction is all fascinating. Now, where does the film go wrong? Oh, God. I do like the film, but there are 2 major things in this film that I was just that is fucking dumb. That was really, really fucking dumb. One involves Matt Damon. There's this entire subplot with Matt Damon. It's later in the film, and I'm sitting there going this is the most shoehorned in subplot to do some weird convoluted thing I've ever seen. No joke, I don't know, it's just it was weird. At first I thought, okay, cool, Matt Damon's in the movie now. Then what they do with him, I'm just that is so just stupid. Why is he doing that? I don't want to give it away because now that's just how I see it. My friend I saw with, he thought that was a great idea what they did with him, but it was just so they all share a common interest. What the hell? Now whatever. Another thing involves Michael Caine. He kind of goes into the same. Now the thing with Michael Caine, I kind of expected. He's sort of working on this theory This is where I'm saying a lot of the science and mumbo jumbo doesn't quite click with me. Now, this is just me because I'm not a sciencey person. I dropped science in grade 10, so when they talk about like we're going to use gravity, I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, I don't know. How would George Clooney and Sandra Bullock work their way out of this? I don't know. Um, uh, yeah, those are the two things that like two subplots involving them. I'm just like, that was dumb. And yeah, I guess also Matthew McConaughey's son, who I don't even remember his name, Tom, I think. I don't know. There's a bit of a thing going on between him and his sister, Jessica Chastain, and yeah, when if McConaughey's daughter turns into Jessica Chastain, okay, that's pretty sweet. But she has this, she has a grudge against McConaughey because he left. But they're in this thing for like a long time. Like one planet they go to, the gravitational field is so strong that years pass. Like minutes will turn into years there. Sure, why not? Let's spoil it. Spoilers. A whole 24 years pass when they spend just like a couple hours on this planet. And then only then does Murphy, Cooper's daughter, up like sort of say, I'm not gonna have a grudge anymore. I'm gonna finally send you a video message. Yeah, this is I find a bit strange. On Earth, you can send video messages to the people, to the astronauts and whatnot, who went through the wormhole into who knows where, but they can't send messages back to them, which seemed to be weird. But that it was a great scene when after they come off this planet, what's basically 24 years have passed. Cooper just sort of kind of just binge watches them, and it's just some of those kind of got to me, like personally. So it's just great to watch. The same with Brand. Yeah, her name's Brand, more like Bland. Yeah, Hathaway is underused a bit, and apart from just being kind of bitchy and whatnot, yeah, and maybe how the film ends. So yeah, and with her father's Michael Caine in the film. Alfred is the father of Catwoman. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm all over the place, but on the whole, I liked Interstellar a lot. I think it's kind of getting what I call the Nolan bashing, and that it's Nolan, so therefore you just have to hate it because it's Nolan. Because I remember as I remember, I was just sitting there, I just wanted to watch the credits a bit. Some guy just came down and was just like, "Bro, that was the worst fucking movie ever." But he said it kind of just how I said it there, very like comical and forced. So yeah, look. If you like the movie, you like the movie. If you don't, okay, fine. I can understand why. And well, really, there's a lot that I kind of don't like about it. But give it to Nolan for just making the film he wanted to make and being just that ambitious with it. I don't think it's perfect, and I think it's on kind of the low end of great, but who knows, maybe after a second viewing I might get more into it. I don't know, we'll see. But as it stands, I think this is a great movie. Maybe up there in the top 10 of my favorite this year. I liked it. Yeah, on the whole, the film really is about really about how like love can really just transcend time and space and just everything. At the core, it's really about like the love that a father and daughter share. So really, that alone is just that. I think is just a great message. The one thing I was hoping they didn't do this. They kept mentioning they. I thought, are they going to bring in a religious aspect to this? But they didn't. Prometheus did that already. So as it stands, I give Interstellar a 8 out of 10. See it in IMAX. It looks fucking gorgeous. So yeah, what do you guys think of Interstellar? See you later.